Hi, welcome to the video. I did a lot today. You don't even see the stuff behind me. There's my little whiteboard. It's completely written over because I was trying to make sense of what I have to do in the next week, and I was trying to figure out a way to not fall further behind. And I made a plan, and it's gonna be hard, and I'm not quite sure if it actually accomplishes what I needed to accomplish. And I made some prioritization stuffs, and I did 4 hours of studying. We're perfectly happy with now sitting on the bed reading a book, or sitting on the floor reading something until we actually sleep. What are we reading? So a couple of days ago, yesterday, not a couple of days ago, I got out all of the books that I'm currently reading. There's 4 physical books that I'm currently reading and 1 digital one. The digital one that I'm reading is Real Self-Care by Pooja Lakshman. That's nice, I haven't picked it up in a while. I'm trying to get through the books. This video, if I'm titling it what I think I will title it, then it's called Attempting to Catch Up on University. But it depends on where we're going with this. So, the books that I'm currently reading, apart from Real Self-Care, are Whispers Underground by Ben Aronovich. It is a fantasy-ish, meaning there's ghosts, there's vampires, there's gods and goddesses of rivers, like an urban fantasy thingsy. That's also a mystery. Started it, not very far into it. I am rereading my favorite book of all time. I'm 20 pages in. It's The City of Dreaming Books. That one I'm not so keen on finishing this week because it's 400, 500 pages. And also, it's a reread. It's something that I have going on in case I need comfort and don't know what to pick up, that I'm I have that. I can read in that. That's fine. It's laying on my bed over there. There, basically. Then, since January, I still have The Myth of Normal. We are, at the moment, 238 pages into this. Haven't picked it up in 2 weeks or something. Yeah, it's 2 weeks. I mentioned reading it in the video that I edited and uploaded today, and I don't think I've picked it up since. We might make some progress in this, but I'm not sure. The one that I read earlier today and that I would like to primarily focus on at the moment is this lovely book. It's called Different Not Less by Chloe Hayden, and it's about embracing neurodivergence and who you are in a world that is not made for you. Anyway, that's the reading catch up. If I happen to be able to read later today, which I probably will be, I'll be reading this book, and I'll also have my favorite book, the City of Dreaming Books, next to my bed. That's about it. Thank you for clicking on the video. I will see you tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow I don't have any classes, so it's just gonna be studying and studying and studying. And we're gonna cook. I think that's it. We're gonna cook and we're gonna study. And we might read. Hopefully we'll read. But mainly we're gonna cook and we're gonna study and we're gonna move our body. I'll see you then. Bye! I am back. Good morning. Happy Monday. My brain is fried. I can't ignore the top part. That was last week. I didn't do everything. And ignore this one that is crossed out. That one I did yesterday, but after I made the to-do list for this week. So I finished this one class today. and I finished that one class today, like the class work that I have. And now I'm working on this one that is like right under the one that has been crossed off. And these are 26 things. If I stick to my plan, and get everything that I've been planning to get done this week, done, like on all of the days, then this week I do 15 classes worth of classwork. Usually I have 8 classes each week. Because I'm behind. I'm a lot behind. And so far, we're on track. If I finish that class, the one that is DW2, for which I have like 20 more slides to get through, which should take me like 2 25-minute blocks of Pomodoros, probably max. That's a guess. Might take more. Then I did everything that I originally put onto the plan for today. If I still have time afterwards, then I can get ahead on stuff that I have scheduled in for tomorrow. We have books. It's not many books, it's 2 books, but we have books. I went to bed very late on Friday. That means it would have been in the last vlog. If you watched the last video, you know, I went to bed very, very, very late, and I ended up buying books while I was not in bed yet, very late. Like, I went to bed at like 12:30. I'm trying to go to bed at 8:30. And I did my workout, and then I bought 2 books online. And the 2 books that I bought online that day have arrived. The one book is one that I haven't been able to find digitally, so I got it physically. Oh, both of them are non-fiction. This is called Almost Adulting. You can see. Gorgeous. Subtitle, All You Need to Know to Get It Together. Sort of. By Arden Rose. No idea who Arden Rose is. Honestly, all I'm hoping is that it gives me some sort of guidance that my autistic brain would like to have about being an adult. And if it doesn't, at least it looks pretty. And the other book I got because I didn't want to get just one book, because, you know, didn't want him to be lonely on the travel to my place. So I got Reasons to Stay Alive by Matt Haig. I don't know. I don't know what this is about. I am assuming, I was thinking that it was literally what the title said, meaning just a list of things, like just a list of reasons to stay alive. But, oh gorgeous, it's a memoir. We can learn from other people's lives. It's just funny to me because this year I have already purchased a book that I assumed was more like a textbook thing, you know? Like, more like just an introduction to a certain type of therapy, DBT specifically. And I got the book and I looked at it and it said memoir on it, and I'm like, okay, fine. I'm not sure if I vibe with memoirs. This is the second time this year that I bought a book that is a memoir, that when I get it, I figure out it's a memoir, because I should probably read the blurbs before I buy books. I literally bought this because the squiggles are cute. We have other books that we're currently reading. Oh, by the way, reading check-in. I think just unboxing these just gave me a boost of energy. I'm gonna put those onto my bookshelf now and then regroup, knock out my 2 hours of studying, and then just rest. I hope that's okay. Alright, I will see you later, you know, once we're at the resting part of the day. Bye-bye. Hi, I'm back. Okay, so I did my 2 hours of studying. I'm fairly sure that I told you I was gonna do studying. And then I did like relaxing for 30 minutes. And then I was like, my to-do list says I should leave the house today and go for a walk. And my to-do list also says I still have like those big shell pastas. Let me look for a recipe. So in those 30 minutes, I looked for a recipe and wrote a grocery list. And then I went to the store. It is now, I finished university stuffs. like an hour ago. It's now 20 minutes to 6. I am hungry. I'm really hungry. I'm gonna need to eat. I got myself a snack at the store. So what we got is a piece of grana padano, ricotta number 1, ricotta number 2, sweet paprika, mini mozzarella thingsies, tomato puree, more tomato puree, paprika, spicy, chickpeas, sour cream, big mozzarella. I'm not gonna take the onions out. We also got 2 kilograms of onions. Gorgeous. I'm gonna put everything away and I'm gonna have a snack and then I might talk to you later. Oh, I also did some reading in those, I don't know, in that time between me finishing my Pomodoro and me heading to the store. I read like 10 pages. Yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. I'm sad. And I don't know why. I've been doing so much for university. You see the whiteboard I've been motioning up to. I made a rather tight schedule for my university work. I'm gonna put him down. I made a tight schedule for my uni work so that I could, you know, get back because I'm like 3 weeks behind in most classes. And so I've been telling myself, hey, I can overwork myself. That's fine. I just do a lot of stuff now and then I won't be as stressed, you know, when the exam time comes around. And I'm realizing that I can't do that because I've already had a bad brain day yesterday when I couldn't even get through one block, like 1 2-hour session of Pomodoros before my brain literally gave out and I couldn't do anything for like an hour apart from like lie down, not even listen to music and just do nothing. And today I haven't even attempted to study even though I am already behind on my catch-up study schedule. I have 1 more class this week, tomorrow, and then the week is done and I can focus on rest and catching up on uni work. And I still have to edit a video and there's just so much, there's too much piling on. And I started a Chloe Ting challenge and I've been talking a lot with the people on my team and one of them works in a bakery and they explained how all they do, like, they do stuff, they make cakes, they decorate cakes. And I was just sitting there like, I want that. I know there's no such thing as an easy job, but with the way that my brain is, university shouldn't come before my mental health. I'm gonna make a specific plan to call therapists now. I will see you later. I'm glad we had this conversation. It's 12 minutes long and you're probably not gonna see like more than 2 minutes of this in the final video. I'll see you, I don't know, when I feel a little bit better. I got a recipe for making filled shells and I got the ingredients for that, so we might do that and then bake one of them and freeze the other. Yeah, I'll see you then. Bye. He's dying. Do you see him? Is he just out of shot? No, you see him. He's dying. He's the same candle as yesterday. I had a long cry yesterday. I did some reading. Reading check-in. I don't know what I'm doing. I wanted to check in. You can see my whiteboard. My grade plan has been scrapped because I realized that whatever the heck that I've been trying to do is like anything but sustainable. So I gave up on it and wiped it all away and tried to come up with a new plan, and I haven't been able to come up with a new plan. And so to be able to come up with a new plan, I have decided to print stuff. I haven't actually printed stuff yet. Where's my phone? I should get on that. I wanted to check in with you first so we could do it together as friends. I don't know. I don't know if there's friends watching. I know there's friends watching. I've seen the views, but like, no one comments. So I don't know if there's like, I don't know the actual people watching. So that is confusing to my brain because like I know there's people watching, but oh well. Anyway, so we're gonna print some things. We are specifically going to print a yearly doodle calendar for this year and a yearly doodle calendar for next year. And then we're going to print from the same thing. It's like, I think it's called With Printables or something. Name of what I'm using here. And I found them and they're just like cute little printables for calendars. We're gonna print out this year's November and December because it's like the second week of November at the moment. And then we're also going to print out next year's January and February. Maybe we're also going to print out next year's March because my semester goes until March. But all of my exams are going to be in February and that will just give me the visualization that I need to be able to make a concrete plan for how the next couple of months are supposed to go, because I've tried digital planning and I am realizing that the reason why digital planning doesn't work for me is because it might be visual, but it's not visual. You know, like it's visual when you look at it, but it's so easy to not look at it. This is gorgeous, so I'm trying to figure out a new system for the studying. Because going through every single lecture and attempting to just write everything down and like to summarize it does not work. It does not work for my brain, so we're trying again. After the lovely breakdown that I had yesterday where I was talking about how I'm big sad, I made a plan to call some therapists and I called 3 today and 1 picked up and I'm on a wait list. I shall go and do my printing stuffs now. See you! That's the bird's nest we can see from my window. Up there's my room somewhere. it's me. I came to check in. You saw me make a cake. The cake doesn't taste as well as I expected. In my opinion, especially the icing has way too much sugar, so I was thinking of throwing it away because I felt genuinely sick after eating one slice of it yesterday. I decided to keep it, and I'm just going to remove the icing. Like, I'm just going to scrape off as much icing as I can, and then it should be edible, because I do like the flavor of like the cake bits. I came here to talk to you about books, because one of the things that I did in the last couple of days, when I also did my baking and my resting and making that pasta dish that I made yesterday that you only saw in the final stages, is read. Like, a lot. Okay, this is, so Thursday, oh, by the way, it's Saturday, happy Saturday. So Thursday I did a rest day, meaning I just rested. My clothing challenge had a rest day, and I didn't do any university work, and we printed those calendar thingies out that you saw. I also started a book on Thursday and finished it yesterday in the morning, like 400 pages of book, and I just finished it. I would like to read more seasonally appropriate books. Right now, I wanted to talk about books. So we're gonna talk about books. We're gonna talk about multiple books. You have seen that I read Spring at Blueberry Bay. I read that because I just needed something that was quick, that was easy, that was light, that could get me hooked on the characters, and just be able to speed through that without having to do a lot of thinking, without having to remember all of the things about all of the characters and people referencing back to the last 2 books in the series and something. So I read that within like 15 hours, and those 15 hours included like 8 or 9 hours of me not reading because I was asleep. And it was very fun. I would highly recommend it. I don't know if it's a good romance. After that, I finished Different Not Less by Chloe Hayden. I read a lot of this yesterday, and then I finished the last like 50 or so pages today in the morning. It was very good. I was struggling with it before because the words just didn't make any sense to me anymore, like my brain couldn't comprehend, but I think I just needed a light fluffy read in between, like to cleanse my palate, to make my brain be like, I can take in information now. So I read this. It was great. I think it would be like a 3.5, 4 star for me, because if I'm comparing it to other books that I've read in the same genre, meaning like self-help with a focus on neurodivergencies, those other books like Unmasking Autism are better and I preferred them, but it was still good. And then I started 2 books. First one doesn't really count because I'm like 8 pages in. It's Hang the Moon by Alexandria Bellefleur. I can't say if I enjoy it yet. It seems fun, and again, this is I would like to have a light fluffy romance, you know, going so that I can continue reading even when my non-fictions that I'm reading make my brain hurt. Then I also made a little bit of progress in Whispers Underground. This, next to Different Not Less, is the reason why I read Spring at Blueberry Bay, because I just could not get through this. There's so many references to the first 2 books, and I can't remember, and I really enjoy it, and I know that like, if I pick it up in a week or 2, I will fly through the next 100, 200 pages until it's over. But at the moment, it's just not what I need. And then the last book, also picked up today, same as our lovely second romance, is a book that I only recently got, and I'm like a third of the way through it already because it's really short, only 150 pages. It's called How to Keep House While Drowning by Casey Davis. I really enjoy it. It's about how to do the self-care tasks that are like required. Required is the wrong word, because the first thing that she tells you is care tasks are morally neutral, meaning You're not a bad person because you haven't brushed your teeth in a week, and you're not a bad person because you haven't done the dishes, and you're not a bad person because you haven't vacuumed the floor. And I really need that, like, especially with the practical ways of how I can keep my space kind of clean, because I enjoy a clean space. I really enjoy it. I would highly recommend it. So far, again, I'm only a third of the way through. Anyway, those are all the books. We finished 2 books in this video. That's wild to me because I was expecting to read like barely anything at all this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. There will probably be another more reading focused vlog come out next week when you see this video. And then we're like in the final sprints of this year. Like, really final sprints of this year. I will see you in the next one. I hope you had a nice time with me. If you did have a nice time with me, consider subscribing and like comment down below what books I should read next, or if you have read any of the books that I have read in this video that I've mentioned, and I will see you in the next one. Have a nice day. Bye!